Welcome back to DSO Live here at Orchestra Hall, Detroit. We are, of course, at the intermission of our final concert of this month's French Music Festival at the Detroit Symphony. And I'm your host for this weekend, Alexander Platt. And here to join me once again is the amazing young soloist we've had this weekend, Mr. Benjamin Beilman. Benjamin, amazing. What a week you've had. I mean, last weekend you were minding your own business, preparing a recital in New York, and the phone rings from the Detroit Symphony saying that Renaud Capuçon has been indisposed and you are to be our soloist. And I think we've dropped your microphone.
There we go.
There we are. And again, I can't help but ask you, what happened? Where were you when the phone rang and it was the DSO calling, asking, how's your Saint-Saëns?
I was in the middle of a rehearsal for a recital, as you mentioned. Right. Fortunately, I just played the Saint-Saëns Concerto about 2 weeks ago.
Right, which was, of course, the work you played for us yesterday.
Exactly, but these two pieces that I played tonight were fresh as of,
Amazing.
I think maybe the last time I played them was at least a year ago, maybe 2 years ago or something.
Wow.
But fortunately, they're pieces that you learn as a young violinist, so there is a certain sense that they are embedded somewhere in your memory.
Right,
so.
well, that's interesting because I didn't know that about the Ravel Tzigane, but of course the Saint-Saëns introduction in Rondo Capriccioso is, and not to demean it in any way, but it's always had this tradition of being like an examination piece for young violinists. But that's not to take away from its, I think, just its absolute perfection as a piece of music. So
Totally.
there must be always something to enjoy when you play it.
Absolutely, and the Tzigane, I mean, especially also with the Ravel's violin sonata, he's so genius at marking kind of these, for him, ethnic sort of sounding musics. In the violin sonata, he brings in this blues idea, but he perfectly notates it. It's the same in the Tzigane. Yeah. The gypsy elements. I mean, he marks it so that you kind of can't go wrong. If you play around with it too much, it actually falls apart. It's sort of like it's genius in the way that he marked it, and it's perfect as it is.
So Ravel is, half Basque, half the Swiss watchmaker, where everything is so perfectly notated. That's amazing. There is, I mean, again, on the surface, these are two pieces that have nothing to do with each other, but beneath that, there is, of course, the gypsy link. I mean, the introduction in Rondo written for Sarasate, the great Spanish violinist, and then Yele Darani, who commissions and premieres the Tzigane. So there is deep down a link as you prepare them, and you play them, of course, from memory so brilliantly. But I didn't know that it was just 48 hours practically. Wow, amazing. Benjamin?
Sometimes intuition is the way to go.
Well, bravo to you, especially
Thank
after
you so much.
Now several performances with the Detroit Symphony. And it's been fabulous having you here, and I will soon be joined by my friend Charles Greenwell, and thank you again.
Of course,
Benjamin.
Thank you.
Bravo.